Criminal Justice Care and Protection of Children Act, 2015. It is the fundamental law in India in dealing with children in need of care and protection. It caters to their needs through care, protection, development, treatment, social reintegration, through its child-friendly approach by addressing matters in the best interest of children. Protection of Children from Sexual Offenses Act, POCSO Act 2012. The Act was established to protect the children against offenses like sexual abuse, sexual harassment, and pornography. It was formed to provide a child-friendly system for trial and punishment perpetrators. Salient features: definition of child, any person below 18 years of age. Sexual abuse. Sexual abuse includes penetrative and non-penetrative assault. It also involves sexual harassment, pornography, etc. It deems the sexual assault to be aggravated under certain circumstances, such as when the abused child is mentally ill or when the abuse is committed by a person in a position of trust or authority, thus the child, like a family member, police officer, teacher, or doctor. People who traffic children for sexual purposes are also punishable under the provisions relating to abetment in the Act. The Act prescribes stringent punishment graded as per the gravity of the offense, with a maximum term of rigorous imprisonment for life, and fine. The Act provides for the establishment of special courts for trial of offenses under the Act, keeping the best interest of the child as of paramount importance at every stage of the judicial process. The Act incorporates child-friendly procedures for recording of evidence, investigation, and trial of offenses. Recent developments in POCSO. In 2018, the Center cleared the ordinance on POCSO Act whereby death penalty will be given to those convicted of raping a child up to 12 years of age. In October 2018, the Union Ministry of Law and Justice ratified a proposal by the Women and Child Development WCD Ministry to scrap the time limit for reporting child abuse cases. The move has been applauded by activists on the grounds that this would enable victims to disclose such incidents when they gain the courage to report the matter as adults. Other protective legislations: Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, 2006. Note, in 2017, the SC criminalized sex with a child bride. Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986, amended in 2016. Integrated Child Protection Scheme by CPS 2009. The scheme is based on the cardinal principles of protection of child rights and the best interest of the child. The important objectives of the scheme are: to institutionalize essential services and strengthen structures to create database and knowledge base for child protection services, to strengthen child protection at family and community level, to raise public awareness about child rights, child vulnerability, and child protection services. CHILDLINE India. It is a project of Ministry of Women and Child Development. The Childline India Foundation, the NGO, operates a telephone helpline called Childline for Children in Distress. National Policy on Children, 2013. The policy recognizes that a multi-sectoral and multidimensional approach is necessary to secure the rights of children. It has identified 4 key priority areas: survival, health and nutrition, education and development, protection and participation, for focused attention. Challenges: lack of database. The biggest challenges in child protection are the creation of a database of all child protection services, creation of a knowledge base, and tracking of missing children. Issues with POCSO and ineffective implementation. No provision of police training to deal sensitive cases of children. No counseling available for children to recover the post-crime trauma. It encompasses the biological age of the child and silent fundamental age considerations. So many victims of cerebral palsy are not taken care of. Police harassment dilutes the effective functioning of special efforts by government. Lack of medical professionals in remote areas. The majority of abuse cases take place within a family environment, the perpetrators being close family relatives. Thus, most of the cases go unreported. Missing children. Annually, large numbers of children go missing, and their attempt to track them or trace them is largely inadequate. Way forward. Legal measures. Child protection schemes should be effectively implemented. Further, there is a need to develop standard protocols on child protection mechanisms at the district, block, and village levels to ensure effective protective environment for children. There is a need for allocation of adequate financial and human resources to child protection schemes in order to create a protective environment for children through strong service delivery mechanisms, outreach services, and effective interventions. To help child abuse victims, there is a need to strengthen outreach services, including professional help in the form of trauma counseling, medical treatment, police intervention, and legal support. The existing Child Line service providing emergency outreach services to children in difficult circumstances should be expanded. With a rising number of missing children, there is an urgent need to track them. Further, the processes of their rescue, rehabilitation, repatriation, and reintegration should be reviewed and strengthened while keeping in view the best interests of the child. There should be a synergy between efforts being made by different stakeholders to address the issue of violence and crime against children. Child rights and protection issues should be integrated into the curricula of administrative institutes, police training academies, law colleges, medical colleges, etc., so that the professionals have both the sensitivity and the knowledge to deal with these issues. To deal with child sexual abuse and ensure better reporting, there is a need to enhance parenting skills, knowledge of the subject, and sensitivity. Platforms addressing issues of child rights should have adequate children's representation with the opportunity for them to express their views. There is an urgent need to spread awareness on child rights, on the issues of violence against children and their impacts. Positive social and cultural norms, attitudes, traditions, behaviors, and practices, which are essential to address issues such as gender-biased sex selection, child labor, and other protection concerns should be promoted.